Craig with One Man's Cancer Journey. Earlier this year, I'd planned to get away for my wife and I for our 29th wedding anniversary to Las Vegas. When August came and we were diagnosed with cancer, we weren't sure if we would be able to take that trip or not. But after consulting with our doctor, he gave us the go-ahead. And so this past week, we flew out to Las Vegas, enjoyed a number of activities there along the Strip, just hanging out, having fun, learning a lot, and got to do one of my bucket list items, which was to visit the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam. So in this episode, I'll share some of those pictures from our adventures and give you some voiceover around that, and then wrap up, as I usually do, with a moment of gratitude, this time from the Grand Canyon.
Arriving in Las Vegas, we were able to check in early to our hotel at the Luxor and then headed over to Hell's Kitchen. We enjoyed watching Hell's Kitchen as a television show and thought it would be fun to have our anniversary dinner there, so we made a reservation and had some lunch at Hell's Kitchen. It was a wonderful spot on the Strip in Caesar's Palace, and they had a wonderful vegan menu. I had the artichoke risotto, which was very good, and Megan had the beans in purgatory, which was also good. We wrapped up our meal by sharing coconut 3 ways. After that, we headed out and walked the street, saw some streetmosphere, and then, in the evening, we headed over to America's Got Talent Superstars. At this show, we were able to see many performers from past seasons of AGT, particularly season 17. We got to see one of our favorites, Light Balance, in person. It was wonderful. And we got to see Duo Transcend, another one of our favorites. After that, we headed back to our hotel for the evening and called it a night. On Monday, we started out with a 2-hour walking tour of Fremont Street, where we learned a lot of history about the buildings and the restoration work that has been happening over the last several years. We got to ride the high roller observation tower and got to see the globe, as well as the stratosphere. In the evening, we headed into the Strat to see the Banachek Mine Show, which was very entertaining and got an opportunity to meet the performer in person. And then we took an outside picture of the Strat as well. We walked along the Strip for a while, saw the fountains at the Bellagio, and then we scored some last-minute tickets to see Cirque du Soleil Mystere. And when we walked in, they actually upgraded our tickets as they were seating us. So that was a really nice surprise. On Tuesday, we were picked up by our tour guide from Max Tour, Bobby, and started out at the famous Las Vegas sign, and then moved to the 7 Magic Mountains. Now, they're not mountains, and they're not magic, but it is a fun place to take some creative pictures at this art installation. We were fortunate to get there early, and there weren't a lot of people around, so we don't have other folks in our shots, and so we did some artistic shots around the 7 Magic Mountains. Just a fun little place to visit and what Vegas is known for. One of the things they're known for. After that, we headed out to the Hoover Dam and spent time driving over the Hoover Dam and seeing some pictures from the far side, and then driving back over and parking and having the opportunity to walk over the Hoover Dam from one side to the other, stopped in the middle. So I was in Nevada and Megan was in Arizona. And so just a big marvel of engineering. Next, we headed to the Grand Canyon. Now, my daughter will tell you it's just a bunch of rocks, and maybe it looks that way in pictures, but standing there at the edge, it was just breathtaking. And the Indian tribe that manages this property does not believe in fences, so there are no fences at the edges, and you actually are just told to stay back about 5 feet from the edge for your safety, but you can walk right up and take pictures throughout. And so we went to Guano Lookout and Eagles Lookout, 2 different areas on the West Rim, and just very beautiful sights and very picturesque. On our way back, we stopped at the Joshua Tree Forest and took some shots. This is the highest density of Joshua trees in the United States. And so you can just see some shots looking back at some of the majestic mountains that are there throughout the Grand Canyon area. We returned back to the Strip for the evening, grabbed some vegan pizza at Evil Pie, which is owned by the son and daughter of Evel Knievel, and then we walked down Fremont Street and enjoyed some of the nightly, hourly entertainment there, and then wrapped up with a final shot of the Strip.
For my gratitude moment this week, when you get cancer, a lot is spent planning for your treatments, doing your treatments, and recovering from your treatments, and you kind of forget to live life. This weekend, my wife and I celebrated our 29th wedding anniversary, and we had already planned to come to Las Vegas. And so we were fortunate enough to be able to continue to make the trip. And so I'm sending you my gratitude moment from the Grand Canyon. Grateful that I was able to come through chemo this last week and without nausea and still be able to make the trip and have the energy to walk and tour and explore Las Vegas and just forget about cancer for a little bit. So just really grateful for life experiences and memories that we create with everyone. So I attempted to do my final recording from the Grand Canyon, but apparently I was just taking a picture and not doing a video. I'm Craig with One Man's Cancer Journey. Thanks for joining me today, and I wish for you a blessed week.